Well, good evening. If you're a regular watcher to this, don't be surprised. This is a repeat, or a part of a repeat, of Sunday, because a friend contacted me to see if I could read out the report of the 12th of July in Ballymena in 1859, because as many of you know, the sound quality was poor. 1859 was the time when God saw fit to move in Ireland in a big way. You remember, he responded to the prayers of four young fellas around Kells near Ballymena, and there were things happened that were amazing. And if you are from Northern Ireland, you'll know what the 12th of July can be like here sometimes. I lived on the Crumlin Road, and for years we had real strife at the Ardoin shops. And there has been tension over the years. I grew up in a place called Kilrea. I can remember hearing the stories of how the mounted police had to be brought in many years ago to quell trouble around the 12th of July, when the Orangemen were trying to put flags on the pump in the centre of the town. And trouble seems to have been part of the 12th of July for many years in many places. But I want to read to you what happened on the 12th of July in 1859 in Ballymena. Here's the report from John T. Carson's book. The day was fine, and at the time appointed, 1 p.m, came a crowded procession of Orangemen in quiet and solemn procession, without banners, ribbons, drums or music, warrants or firearms. In fact, we neither saw a policeman nor a single badge of Orangeism during the entire day. We saw thousands of Bibles, for almost every individual present at the meeting was provided with a copy of the sacred volumes. In some few cases, we observed ribbon markers to be the favourite colour, but that was the nearest approach to anything on display perceptible on that occasion, and we did not hear a cheer, an oath, a party expression, nor an angry word at any hour in the entire day. There were 6,000 people present when the chair was taken by the Reverend John Gillett, or by Brother John Gillett. He was supported by Reverend Daniel Mooney from Ballymena, from William Davidson, Cloughwater, the Reverend Galt from Cushendall, and Hobson from Kilkenny. The audience listened attentively to the address of these servants of God. They sang the national anthem under the truly admirable and scientific leadership of Mr. David Campbell, presenter of First Ballymena Church. And at 4 p.m. the Orangemen left the field in the same quiet and orderly manner in which they entered it. But about 2,000 people stayed in the assemblage and were occupied in religious exercises until 9 p.m. My friends, if you're a believer, can you even imagine of that? Can you conceive of that happening in Ireland in the 21st century? If you remember, I asked two questions. One was, can God do it again? My Bible tells me yes, without a shadow of a doubt. I could quote to you 2 Chronicles 7:14. You all know it. If my people who are called by my names will humble themselves and pray and seek my face, then will I hear from heaven and turn. And the promise goes on. And God has done it before, and he will do it again. He's been doing it down through the history of his people. Early in church history here in Northern Ireland, there was the 6 Mile Water Revival. 1859, we had that great movement, and of course it was paralleled on the other side of the Atlantic, and then later on in Wales. Then in 1950, I've talked to you about the Isle of Lewis. So God can do it. The next question I ask is, will God do it? Somebody asked Duncan Campbell the human element of the revival in Lewis. When does God send revival, Mr. Campbell? And his answer was, when he finds people he can trust. And therefore the challenge to you and me is, can God trust me? Can God trust you? Because that's the big issue. We sit back sometimes. That's been one of the problems at the Night of Lewis. Some of them just sit and wait for it to happen again because they presume God will do it. But it seems that God expects his people to do something. And that's to get down to the business of praying. You know how strongly I believe in this. My friends, until the people of God take prayer seriously, and that is when the people of God get together and take him seriously, then we need to expect very little from him. But if we take God seriously, then he is a covenant God. He is the God who has made his promises and who will keep them. Now say this careful, he's honour bound. He's honour bound. And God will never renege on any promises he has made. So my friends, start to think big about God, not about yourself. Think big about God and what he can do now in this 21st century. Think about that as we finish this for today. I'm going to do the daily one just shortly so you can join in then. Okay? Bye.